The brother of the King of Malaysia married a very young model of American origin. They got married despite many obstacles, and at first it seemed like a true fairy tale. People envied them, but only a year later, Manohara ran away and revealed the truth that shocked the entire world. What was really happening behind the palace walls? How was her mother involved? A woman who, as it later turned out, had a dark past of her own. What problems awaited Manohara after escaping to her homeland? And what happened to her and Prince Fakhri 16 years after that international scandal? Watch the full video to discover the hidden secrets of Malaysia's royal family. Let's begin. Manohara Odelia Pino was born in 1992 in Jakarta, the capital of Indonesia. She came from a mixed background, Kirin, an Indonesian mother, Daisy Fakhrina, and an American father, George Mans. Her parents divorced when Manohara was 2 years old, and she stayed with her mother. But no one could imagine that her mother would later play a key role in her tragedy. Daisy was an ambitious woman. She had gone through 4 marriages and had 2 daughters from different men. Constantly moving between Europe and Asia, she dreamed of a glamorous future for her girls. She wanted Manohara to live in luxury and move in high society circles. Since childhood, the girl was taken to dance classes, modeling schools, and elite social events. By the age of 12, Manohara was already working as a model, and by 14 she appeared on magazine covers and was considered one of the most beautiful young women in Indonesia. It seemed like fame and fortune awaited her. In 2006, she was invited to a royal banquet in Kuala Lumpur, the capital of Malaysia. There, the young Manohara met Prince Muhammad Fakhri of Kelantan, who was twice her age. From the very first meeting, he was fascinated by the 14-year-old girl and began courting her persistently. He often flew to Jakarta to see her and showered her with expensive gifts. At first, Manohara felt flattered by the prince's attention, but later his persistence and the large age gap began to worry her. Her mother, however, saw this as the opportunity of a lifetime. After all, it wasn't just any suitor. It was a prince. Marriage to him meant power, influence, and financial stability. It's said that Daisy herself convinced her daughter to accept his proposal and even negotiated a large dowry, since she already had serious debts at that time. At first, their wedding in Malaysia was delayed because of Manohara's young age and the absence of a legal male guardian. But eventually the 16-year-old girl married the 30-year-old prince, believing she was entering a real-life fairy tale. So why did she run away from the palace just a year later, causing a major international scandal? After the wedding, Manohara often accompanied her husband to official events. The couple appeared happy, and people noticed that the former model had gained weight, assuming she was simply enjoying her luxurious royal life. But behind closed doors, everything was different. Her life had turned into a real ordeal. We can't describe all the harsh details here due to platform restrictions and ethical reasons, but what she went through is truly unimaginable. Later, Manohara said that after the wedding she lived under strict control and wasn't even allowed to leave her room. According to her, supposedly to help her get pregnant faster, she was given special medications that caused rapid weight gain and drastically changed her appearance. In public, she had to play the role of a happy wife, and any sign of dissatisfaction was taken as a personal insult to the royal family. Manohara lived in constant fear, as the prince's guards made sure she always looked cheerful during her rare public appearances. She tried to escape several times, but each attempt failed. She was brought back to the palace. However, about 6 months after the wedding, she finally managed to secretly return home to Indonesia. The prince went after her, gave her a luxurious car, and, as a sign of reconciliation, invited his wife, her mother, and her sister to make a pilgrimage to Mecca. But right after the pilgrimage, the prince took Manohara back with him, while her mother was banned from entering Malaysia. Desperate, the girl's mother turned to the Indonesian government and the National Commission on Human Rights, begging for help to bring her daughter back. But while both countries were negotiating, Manohara remained locked in the palace, cut off from the outside world. A chance to escape appeared a few months later. In May 2009, the prince's father, Sultan Ismail Petra, became seriously ill, and the entire family went with him to Singapore for medical treatment. Taking advantage of the moment when the prince was distracted, Manohara made one last desperate attempt. She was in the elevator of the Royal Plaza Hotel with the prince's guards when she saw her chance. She jumped out of the elevator, hit the fire alarm, and screamed to draw attention. The hotel's security and local police quickly responded to the commotion. The officers didn't allow the prince's bodyguards to take her away. With the support of the Indonesian and US embassies, Manohara managed to fly back to Jakarta. The news of her bold escape spread all over the world. Upon returning home, she held a tearful press conference, sharing everything she had gone through. Manohara filed a lawsuit against the prince in Indonesia, seeking justice. The prince, on the other hand, denied all accusations and filed a defamation suit against her and her mother in a Malaysian court, and won. The court ordered Manohara not only to return to her husband, but also to pay him almost $2 million. She refused to obey, knowing that returning would mean losing her freedom again. Instead, she filed for divorce and never looked back. But after Manohara's return to Indonesia, her life didn't become peaceful. The huge scandal turned into a public family drama, driven not only by emotions, but also by money. Two father figures began fighting for influence in her life. Her biological father, an American, suddenly sided with the prince and accused Daisy, Manohara's mother, of manipulation. Meanwhile, her stepfather, her mother's third husband, claimed that he had raised the girl and wanted to take her to France. This struggle for control only deepened the chaos around Manohara. Later in an interview, she admitted that it was the most painful time of her life after the escape. Amid the drama, human rights groups in Indonesia called on the authorities to investigate her mother for exploiting her daughter and even to deport Manohara because of her US citizenship. Public opinion split. Some people sympathized with her, while others doubted her story, especially after rumors spread that her mother had accepted money before the marriage. But one thing was clear: when Manohara returned to Indonesia, she was broken, physically and emotionally. It took her years to recover. Today, Manohara is 32 years old. It's said that she barely communicates with her mother. Too much pain remains between them. 16 years later, Manohara has become a symbol of inner strength and resilience. She returned to modeling and acting, earning the nickname the Runaway Princess. But most importantly, she found a new purpose. Manohara became an active advocate for animal welfare and environmental protection, rescuing injured and endangered animals. She is also involved in humanitarian work. She now speaks openly about what she went through, hoping to support other women in difficult situations, reminding them that survival is possible. In 2020, she publicly announced that she had converted to Christianity. And in 2024, her name once again made headlines. Her social media showed photos with a new man, calm and warm, as if filled with the peace she had been missing all those years. As for Prince Fakhry, his life was just as turbulent. In 2010, he lost his royal title after a scandal involving his brother's bodyguard. Little is known about his personal life after the divorce. He focused entirely on politics and succeeded. In 2022, his title was restored, and at the beginning of 2024, he was officially proclaimed the Crown Prince of Kelantan. Perhaps soon we'll hear about Prince Fakhry's new wife, and hopefully her life will turn out happier than Manohara's. Because as it turns out, life in a palace isn't always a fairy tale. What do you think about this story? Who do you believe was more to blame, the prince or her ambitious mother? Share your thoughts in the comments. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to like the video if you enjoyed it. See you next time.